Marty Fields.
Our reporter, Jane Wilson, has the story.
You got it. Anything you need, you got it. Anything
It doesn't really hurt. I'm just making her.
Marty Fields, hello.
I got a hair transplant. And what an upset that was. Well, that's pajama frizzolo cuisine.
It's a great thrill for me to introduce him to you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Marty Fields.
Thank you very much. Lovely to be here. Just got thrown out of the casino. I completely misunderstood the crap table. You're not going to laugh all night, are you? I've done all my money, had to sell the car. People at Avis are going to be upset. I don't know how I'm going to get my kids back. It's nice up here. It's a lovely casino. Geez, they love a bet, though. What about those old Sheilas with the Keno? I had one Sheila tugging on me coat. Look, look, look. The Keno numbers are coming out in order. 3, 4, 5. I said, relax, we're in the lift.
Spike, you're the world karate champion. And in 47 bouts so far, you've never been knocked out. But on Friday night, you come up against the #1 challenger. How do you think you'll go?
I love the pokies. You give me a good machine, I'll prop at it all night. Last night, you couldn't get me off the change machine. This is the underrated machine in the joint, the change machine. You put in 50, you get 50. You put in 100, get 100. I'm thinking the poor bloke who owns the change machine every night's going to be going, geez, it broke even again. Maybe I need more machines. One thing I don't get about the pokies, you can put $100 in a poker machine and lose it, doesn't matter. But put $2 in a Coke machine and you'll kick the shit out of it.
Earlier in Sports Tuesday, we explained some of the scheduling problems we were having as a result of the late cricket finish. Well, further to that, and because this edition of Sports Tuesday is being seen on Wednesday, today's edition of Wednesday's World of Sport will be shifted to Friday. Friday's sporting preview will therefore be shown on Saturday afternoon, right after Saturday's game day. We were only going to delay Wednesday's World of Sport to Thursday, but because of next Tuesday's Sports Tuesday problem, which has backed up our Monday Moments of Sport to Sunday, we've had to pull back the Sunday Sports wrap-up to Thursday. This now means that viewers can enjoy all the highlights from the weekend's football round 2 days before the games actually take place.
Fella in Richmond. Bloke in Richmond, he's jumping up and down on a manhole. Like this. 28, 28, 28. Big crowd round him, all watching him. Like this. And a bloke weeds his way through the crowd. And he's watching him too. And he said, what are you doing? He said, oh, you've got to have a look at this. And he's lifted up the manhole. He said, have a look in this manhole. And the bloke's had a look like that, and he's kicked him right in the behind, straight into the hole he's gone. He's put the lid back on the top, big smile. 29! 29!
Nice. Quiet joint. We finished the gig, we wanted to have dinner. Nothing open. I put on my electric shaver, the streetlights dimmed. It's the quietest, dead little nothing town. We're looking through the yellow page. We found one joint Chinese place called the Tomain. Turn up, there's a sign on the door. Sorry, we're open. Oh. I went in, there's a Chinese Sheila standing there with a pad and a pencil, assuming she spoke English. She was assuming I spoke Chinese. We were both wrong. I said, I want some soup. She said, soup? I said, yeah, what kind of soup you got? She said, soup? Yes, soup. Oh, I wonder what that is. So, what kind of soup do you have? Oh. I said, oh, chicken. She said, no, mushroom. You just did a chicken. She said, it's very hard to do a mushroom.
Welcome to Who Wants to Be an NRL Player? Darren, good luck. Your topic is understanding the political side of the game. Your question, what do the letters NRL, National Rugby League, stand for?
But you've turned out fine. Did you reckon?
I had to go to Alaska. I had a job in Alaska. Very cold. Strange place. When you land in Alaska, there's a sign on the wall at the international airport. Most airports, they tell you something at immigration about the joint. Like in Australia, when you land here, it says, do not import fruit and vegetables into Australia. A good tip. In Alaska, the #1 message, do not give alcohol to the moose. That's the message on the wall. Do not give alcohol to the moose. Makes you think, how ugly are the Sheilas in Alaska that the blokes are dating the mooses? On the other side of the coin, how ugly are the blokes that they've got to get the moose pissed first? We went into a bar in LA, and this bloke's getting carted out by the bouncers. He's like, what's up, man? Come on, baby, I'm fine. Come on, Mel, you had enough to drink. We've got to call you a cab. I went inside and said to the barman, what's going on with that bloke? He said, we've got a law in the United States now, if you're intoxicated and yet still awake, we have to call you a taxi. I said, geez, mate, in Australia, we'd call you the designated driver. I'm not condoning drink driving. If you can't find the car buggy, you don't deserve to drive it home. I have a bit of trouble drink driving. You wouldn't think. I get a lot of practice. I was coming home from Lake Eildon in Victoria. A copper pulled me over. He said, you got your licence? I said, hold me beer. He said, I see you towing a boat. I said, there's nothing wrong with that. He said, we like you to use a trailer. You lost your skier in a chuka. Another time I drove into the Warragamba Dam. They only found me because I rang the NRMA and told them I'd flooded the engine. But the worst time happened to my father. I don't know if you remember my dear old dad. He's been gone 10 years, but by geez, I never heard a better drink drive story. In Melbourne, in Little Bourke Street, it's a one-way street, Dad had a smash with a police car head on. And you know what? I could tell you exactly the way that he told me.
Well, Ed had on smash with this cop car, you see, in Little Bourke Street. He's going the wrong way, 100 mile an hour up the one-way street, the wrong way. Well, one of us was. I don't want to get into semantics, but the point is, we've had the prang and the copper gets out, little dollop of blood on his forehead. Straight away I could tell he was upset, because I'm a people person. And he walks over to me, because it was downhill, stuck his head through the driver's window. Well, I knew he had the shits then because it was closed. He said, didn't you see me? I said, I hit you, didn't I?
And we have the latest news just in from the police and fire games, and adhering to the rule that practice makes perfect, the Australian police team has just won the gold medal in shooting.
I'm going to go now. The last thing, listen, the last thing. I don't like the chemist thing where you got to go in and everyone listens to what's wrong with you. You got to go in. There's no privacy. Like you stand at the counter telling them what's wrong with you, and all those old Sheilas stand in a semicircle waiting for their bottles of syrup listening. You know, the ones with the bandages wrapped around their calves like they're about to do 1400 at Sandown. They're all listening. I don't like being listened to. So I took the Sheila over into the corner of the chemist near the bums themselves. I said, listen, I've got this lump on my bum and it's getting big. And it's got a head on it. And the head's got a face and ears. And it throbs and weeps, and I'm frightened if I sit down too fast, it'll burst and fill me underpants. Oh, shut up, she said. Oh, my God. Gee. You should tell someone who works here. Thank you so much. I appreciate your politeness. See you soon.